Right, everyone, here we are with ticker symbol NAKD, Naked Brand Group. And before we jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all my first time viewers and investors. Welcome to my channel, Invest for Tomorrow. To all my subscribers, welcome back. And let's jump into this chart. So Naked Brand Group yesterday was sitting at around 14 cents. It basically multiplied by 2. And here we are seeing it multiply by 2 again and almost some change. I mean, we're up at about 32.39 right now after market hours, and this is just continuing to be explosive in the upward direction. Now, one thing I do want you guys to be aware of, that this is the #1 traded stock for the day. It's the #1 traded stock for the week, and it's probably, I think, in the top 5 or top 3 for the month. There it is. It's actually number 3. NIO continues to be the top leader, the top traded stock by volume for the month, but Naked Brand is actually in 3rd place, and it got that place within the last couple of days. I mean, Naked Brand is skyrocketing in taking the place. I don't think it's going to catch up to NIO, but it is possible too, because it's a penny stock. I mean, where it's below $1 and it can actually catch up in volume, but right now NIO is double the amount. So it'd be no surprise that it could catch up or pass it, because I mean, per share NIO is $48 and this is 28 cents. But the point that I'm trying to get at, it's the top traded stock this week. It's the top traded stock today, and here we are seeing the volume just bringing it up. I mean, barely have a chance for the bears to go ahead and jump in and try to take over this one. So it broke through resistance. We clearly see that it broke through the high that I had stated, which was up here at 16 cents. And from that point forward, it just took off. It hit newer highs. So we're going to look here at our new support levels and resistance levels, and also the 50-day moving average. And I also kind of want to break down the chart so that every single investor has different cues according to the volatility of this stock. I mean, if the volatility is this tremendous upwards, we may see at some point some profit taking or fear or uncertainty taking it in this direction. Hopefully it doesn't take it too far down so it can continue this bullish run. I mean, this is a really nice run here, and it can continue if the bulls continue to break through resistance and they can continue to hit newer highs. But I do want every single investor to be prepared and aware on some points and cues to pay close attention to if it breaks through those numbers. And then you guys do your own rational decisions based off of what you see in the charts. And if you believe it's going to come back from that point, there's nothing to worry about. But at least you have these points of reference broken down and to the T. So let's look at the second highest point, which is the highest point in these last couple of hours of the day. And literally it's right there with the highest point. It's like 1 cent less. I mean, the highest point was 33 cents. And here we have 32.87. I mean, we can just round it up to 33 cents. That right there is our resistance. But let's go ahead and break this down, because resistance is very important, but there's a lot more important stuff going on here in this chart. So long term, for the next coming days and weeks, excuse me for that, 12.59 is going to be very important. 12.59 is going to be the most important support level, because it's the lowest point reached in this bullish run and where the bulls reappeared and continued the run. So 12.59 you want to keep in mind. Now we have here our new support level, which is this drop of bear where the bears tried to take this in this direction and quickly the bulls reappeared. And we're going to look at these points of reference. But before going ahead and looking at that, just to have a midway point, which is a good support level after this support level, if it gets broken through, you could use this point right here at 21.37. If you want to round it up to 21.40 or round it down to 21.30, you're more than welcome to. But in this area, you want to pay close attention to how this stock is behaving between support and this next support. This is not directly a support. This is actually a support that I would use, and I'm just advising everybody to kind of add that onto their chart just as a point of reference, to be very cautious of how this stock is reacting still in bullish territory, because you want to go ahead and dissect this as much as you can before it's too late and you see yourself in bearish territory, and then all these gains, you ended up back down here, you know? So that's a very good point to keep in mind up here at 2140, 2130, give or take around that area. Now, our support level is 2663. So you're going to want to pay close attention to how the stock is reacting between 2663 down here at this point of reference, and see if the bulls are having an opportunity to reappear, because we're still in bullish territory, but from that point forward into lower direction, we're getting closer to what the bears want, and it's breaking through the 50-day moving average. So super important for every single investor to be aware of the behavior of the stock if it breaks through 2663 and it actually starts to head down to newer lows. Now, if it breaks through this point down here at the 2130, 2140 mark, give or take, yes, you're still in bullish territory, but now you have another section to pay close attention to the behavior of the stock. How quickly is it moving to newer lows, closer to the 50-day moving average, and so forth. Because if you just go ahead based off of 2663, this is a very broad and uncertain stretch here, where you have support way up here and the 50-day moving average down here. So what is the 50-day moving average? The 50-day moving average is 1680. I highly suggest to every single investor to be aware of that and write that down, because that lets us know on what side of the chart we're in. And with the volatility of this stock going up, it's going to be an important factor to see where this is going next. Now, if it breaks through 1680, it could be on its way down to bearish territory. So I want every single investor to be aware of that. Now, support, once again, is 2663. You have that midway point, and you can go ahead and watch the stock, how it behaves in that area, still in bullish territory, because anything above 1680 is bullish territory. Now, our resistance. This is probably the most important point of the whole entire chart for the bulls. The bulls want to maintain this momentum. They need to break through resistance, and the first resistance is 32.87. I stated if you want to round it up to 33 cents, you're more than welcome to, but to get it to the T and exact, 32.87 is our resistance. The bulls need to break through that, turn that into a support, and break into newer highs and newer resistance levels after passing this resistance. It's super important for the bulls to do so they can pull further away from the 50-day moving average, get deeper into bullish territory, and reach newer highs and new resistance levels. And I want to emphasize once again, the bulls need to break through this resistance to get further into bullish territory and further away from the 50-day moving average to break through new resistance levels and newer highs. I mean, when you zoom this out, this is a large amount of growth. We're going to have to watch this closely and see how it reacts. In the past and in the history of this chart, back in August, it was around this area, and the highest point reached was 35 cents. If the bulls are able to break through this resistance and break through 35 cents, then they have a new goal, and that would be way up here closer to the 50-cent range. But right now, the most important one is right here at 32.87 to 33 cents, give or take. And after that gets broken through, the bulls need to aim for 35 cents to continue to hit newer highs and pull into newer resistance levels. As always, if you found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to turn on all notifications and not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community, and don't forget to hit the like button to let me know you watched this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.